chapter 7 is called as knowledge of the absolute. And Krishna is talking to Arjuna about God and gods, which we discussed last time. So from text 20, 21, 22, 23, yeah, 3 verses, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 4 verses Krishna spoke about how it is better to worship Krishna than to approach Krishna through various demigods. Krishna prefers that the living entities directly connect with him instead of indirectly connecting with him. So we'll just do the 23rd, we'll just recite it and go to the next one. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatyalpamedasam devan devaya joyanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. So Krishna is giving Arjuna the difference between worshipping him and worshipping other gods. The first difference is that Krishna is eternally related to all the living entities. Krishna is Aham Bija Pradapita. He is the father of all the living entities. Krishna says, I am the seed-giving father. Whereas with respect to other demigods, our relationship with other demigods is like a person has with a shopkeeper. It's a business transaction. Whatever you want, you perform some austerities, some vows based on the Vedic Shastras, and then the demigods are forced to give you some boon. And so many examples we have in the Vedic literatures, like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana. None of them actually fell in love with the demigods. They just happened to perform some austerities, and by the verdict of the Vedic scriptures, the demigods were forced to give some benediction. Whereas Krishna is not forced to give any benediction. Even if you say, Prabhu, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, still you cannot force Krishna. If you love Krishna, then Krishna by his own sweet will, he'll do that which is best for us. So therefore Krishna is like father, demigods are like shopkeepers. And then Krishna is saying the benedictions awarded by Krishna, they are eternal. Eternal benedictions, even if they happen to seem material. Like Dhruva Loka, which was given to King Dhruva. When Dhruva wanted a kingdom greater than that of Brahma, then Krishna gave him entire huge planet called as Dhruva Loka, where Lord Vishnu resides. But it is in the material world. But then it is said that Dhruva Loka is not destroyed even at the end of creation. So therefore, whatever Krishna gives as benediction, it always stays. Whereas the demigods, what do? Antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavatyalpamedasam, it is said. Antavat means end. The fruits offered by the demigods have an end. It is temporary fruit. Many a times, demigods just rearrange your karma and give you what you are supposed to get in the future. They'll just rearrange it now. What they're supposed to suffer now, they'll put it ahead in your life. They cannot change your karma. They can rearrange only. But Krishna can destroy the entire karmic reaction. Please understand, karma is what is binding us to the material world. The material body is a product of karma. As soon as you're done with karma, your body is also gone. No material body, no nothing. And even if your body is completely spiritualized, Jivan Mukta Sa Uchyate, it is said. Such a person becomes liberated while being in this world. So no more karmic bondage. So therefore, when you worship Krishna, he puts fire to the entire mountains of hay of karma. Rearrange it. You are supposed to suffer today, enjoy tomorrow. Okay. Worship a demigod, you enjoy today, suffer tomorrow. But suffering will be there. They cannot get rid of your karma. And not just that, the worshippers of the demigods, it is said at the end of their lives, they go to the planets of the demigods, which is also temporary. At the end of the universal destruction, even their planets vanish. Whereas the devotees of Krishna, the worshippers of Krishna, go to Krishna's planet Golok Vrindavan or Vaikuntha, which is beyond material creation. And it is not subjected to destruction. So like this, in last couple of sessions, we have discussed the differences between demigod worship and Krishna worship. And therefore, Krishna himself says in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, why are you going to all these different agents? come to me directly. Krishna wants that the living entities love him. But the living entities choose to go to other places. Why? Because they want something other than love for Krishna. They want some business transaction. Isn't it? So they don't want to approach Krishna. Hare Krishna. When you approach Krishna, Krishna will do what is good for you. When you approach the demigods, demigods do what you want, not what you need. But Krishna gives you what you need. So therefore, Krishna worship is, Krishna says, directly worship me, don't go behind these demigods, not required. But not that we disrespect the demigods, even if we come across any demigods, any other god than Krishna, we request them, my dear Lord, please help me connect with my Father, Krishna, Supreme Father. We are eternally connected. Please remove any obstacles from the path of my connection to God. Like that we pray to Ganapati, because he is Vignaharta. So remove the obstacles on my path to Krishna. Or you come across Saraswati, you can pray, please give me some knowledge, give me capacity to understand the Bhagavad Gita and connect with Krishna. You come across Kubera, you can pray, my dear Kubera, you please give me some wealth that I can offer to Krishna. You can pray to the demigods for your connection to the Supreme Lord. That is bona fide. But at the same time, we don't do business transaction. So all this being said, now we move to the next verse. 724. Avyaktim vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayaha param bhavam majananto mama vyayam anuttamam. Krishna is now bringing another concept. First he was talking about demigod worship. See, before the entire 7th chapter, if you see, what is the flow of chapter? Krishna is revealing to Arjuna the topmost knowledge. Because 7th chapter is the beginning of the section of 6 chapters called as Bhakti Yoga. So first Krishna is telling real knowledge means to understand me and my energies. And then he says, if you understand my energies, you can see me everywhere. Like if, say, I know that Keshav Prabhu wears Crocs. So when I see his Crocs, I know I remember Keshav in my mind. Isn't it? Or I know that he is wearing orange, this particular bead bag. If I see it hanging somewhere, just looking at it, I will remember Keshav Prabhu. Isn't it? So if you look at the energy around and you know energy belongs to the energetic, the supreme energetic Krishna. So by observing the sun, Krishna says, Chaksho Suryo, my eyes are the sun and the moon. When you look at sun and the moon, immediately you remember Krishna. Krishna says, Rasoham apsu konteya, I have the taste of water. When you drink water, you remember Krishna. Prabhasmi shashi surya yoho, the light of the sun is me. So when you see sunlight, morning the sun rises, and you see everything in this world gets nourished by sunlight, then you understand the mercy of the Lord. So in this way, Krishna explained in the flow of 7th chapter, first he explained that first understand me and my energies. And when you understand all these energies belong to me, you can see me everywhere. Even though we might not have developed enough qualification to see Krishna everywhere. Prahlad could see Krishna everywhere. He was bestowed that mercy. But we can at least see Krishna's energies and understand Krishna's everywhere. And then Krishna says, given this, still there are 4 kinds of people who don't approach me. The Namam Duskritino Muda, Prapadyante Naradamaha, Muda Naradamaha, Mayaya Apritagnyanaha, Asuram Bhavam Ashitaha. The 4 kinds of people who are who are so foolish that they only go behind material fruits. They don't care for spiritual life. Naradama means uncivilized people. Then Maya Apritagnyana means whose intelligence is stolen away by illusion. And Asuram Bhavam Ashitaha means they're demoniac by nature, where they want to cause destruction and terrorism around. These people cannot understand me. At the same time, there are 4 other kinds of people who approach me. And they are Arto, Jignasur, Arthati, Jnani. Arto means one who is in distress. When you're in distress, immediately you turn towards God. That means you are pious. Sukritinaha, it is said. When everything is going good, it's very difficult to turn to God. You might go to temple just to make sure the good times go on. Otherwise, we cannot really surrender at that time. But when bad things happen, yes, immediately we run to the temple because we want some help which our parents cannot do, some help which our friends cannot give, some help which our money cannot give, that only Krishna can give. So eventually we come to the temple at that time in the point of distress. So therefore, Artho is first category. Artharthi means for want of wealth. Krishna is Lakshmipati. Lakshmi is giving everyone so much of money, so much of wealth. Probably I might have a chance. So we go to Krishna for money, for wealth. Artho Jignasu. Then third one is Jignasu. To understand what is this, who is this Krishna? What is spiritual life all about? What is this material world all about? Just out of curiosity, one approaches Krishna. One comes to the temple. And the fourth category is Jnani, who is really serious about developing his relationship with Krishna. These are 4 kinds. And in the subsequent verses, Krishna said that out of these 4, Jnani is the best. The one who is really serious about committing his relationship with me, developing the relationship, building that bond, that devotee is the best amongst these 4. And then later on, he started mentioning about worshipping him versus worshipping demigods. And he mentioned, just come to me directly. Don't go touch the nose like this. Just catch the nose like this, straight. Direct worship of Krishna. If you do circus, lot of time goes. So therefore, Krishna in last 4 verses, he was speaking about approaching him directly. And now he brings up another aspect. He says, Avyaktim Vyaktimapannam Manyante Mam Abuddhayaha. People who do not know or who are in dearth of knowledge, they think that I do not have a form. Or they think that I used to be formless, now for the purpose of performing pastimes in this world, I have accepted a form. That means they think Krishna's form is material. Krishna calls them Abuddhayaha. So if you are friends or you feel that Krishna doesn't have a form, ultimately it's all Brahma Jyoti, just light. Krishna immediately points out such people as Abuddhayaha. Buddha means intelligent. Abuddhayaha means they are unintelligent. Parambhavam ajananto, not knowing my superior nature. Mamavyayam anuttamam, that I am inexhaustible. Krishna doesn't have, birthday and death day. But you can say, but Prabhu, 5,000 years ago, Krishna came to this world and he had to leave also. No, the acharyas, the teachers compare it to the rising and setting of the sun. Sun rises, but when it sets in front of our vision, does it mean sun died? No. The next day you will celebrate sun's birthday? No. Sun is always there, but sometimes he is visible, sometimes he manifests, sometimes he doesn't manifest. Similarly, Krishna is always there. Just because we cannot see him, doesn't mean he's dead. God is always there. There used to be a very famous politician. I think it's Nedzi. There's one famous, Nice. Yeah, Nice. So he went to a church on the wall of the, is it called what? What is it called? Niche.
Niezpsh.
Okay. So what is the best pronunciation? Niche. Okay. Niche. Whoever, or some politician.
He went mad eventually.
He went mad eventually. So he said, he went to a church. On the wall of the church, he wrote, God is dead. And he signed his name. And then someone else, after some years when he passed away, someone else came, they scratched God is dead and put Niche is dead, signed God. Isn't it? So the people who do not have knowledge, they think God is also like us. They bring God to our level. Isn't it? It is a sign of ego. It is a sign of pride. How can anyone be better than me? I am the best. In my school in Gulf, one boy used to be there. He used to say, I don't believe in God, I am God. He says, I don't believe in God, but he calls himself God. Isn't it? Because people want to be God. but they don't understand the nature of God is different. If you compare God with us, we can do an exercise actually. Can you just get okay? Okay, let's just read the translation first and then can you read from it?
Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge,
Was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Yeah.
and due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Proper. Basically, it's impersonalist versus personalist. Our philosophy is a personalist philosophy. Personalist means we understand God is also, He has a form. The Jiva, we are all Jivas, accepting this vehicle of a body, human body or dog's body, cat's body, 8.4 million species. But Jiva, when it goes back to the spiritual world, has an eternal form. We are not just light. So that's what the Shastras say. So therefore, we are called as personalists. Impersonalists are those who say that ultimately there is only light. We all merge into that Brahma Jyoti, impersonal Brahman. See, there is a verse quoted by Yamunacharya in the disciple succession of Ramanujacharya. He says, Tam Shila Rupa Charitaye Parama Prakrishtaye Sattve Nasatvikataya Prabalaischa Shastraihi Prakyata Daiva Paramartha Vidamataischa Naiva Sura Prakritaya Prabhavanti Bodham. My dear Lord, devotees like Vyasadeva and Narada know you to be the personality of Godhead. By understanding different Vedic literatures, one can come to know your characteristics, your form, and your activities, and one can thus understand that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance, the demons, the non-devotees, cannot understand you. They are unable to understand you. However expert such non-devotees may be in discussing Vedanta and Upanishads and other literatures, it is not possible for them to understand the personality of Godhead. You can never understand. How is God having a form but not like ours? So if you read Isha Upanishad, which is one of the prime Isha Upanishads of the entire 108 Upanishads, so in that it is mentioned that Krishna's form is completely spiritual. If you cut your hand, immediate blood comes. When Krishna, Krishna in his body, there is no detail such as veins, blood, flesh, digestive system. These things are not there in Krishna's body. It's just a spiritual. It's just like, say for example, some kind of cotton candy. There's cotton candy everywhere. So his body is called as Chinmaya Sharira, spiritual form, spiritual body, where everything is completely spiritual. That's what Isha Upanishad says. And then once Ravana, he was, he was in the mood of expanding his terrorism. At that time, he saw Narada flying in the air. And then he said, "Hey, Narada, how is it that you are able to fly in the air? I also want to fly." He said, "Why should I teach you? You're a demon. I don't teach demons." And then he took out his sword and he said, "Whether either you teach me or I will kill you," he said. And Narada said, "First you be humble, then I'll think about teaching you or not." And immediately that sword, he put it through the body of Narada. What do you think happened? It just passed through the body. Nothing happened. Isn't it? So you see that the spiritual beings, their body is not like our body. Our body has flesh. Our body can contract diseases. Our body rots because in the material world. But spiritual bodies, which is called as Satchit Ananda, is completely made with bliss. It is eternal, completely knowledgeable, and is just made with bliss. Spiritual forms. There is no flesh-like detail in the spiritual form. The same thing is being explained by Yamunacharya. So Okay, you can see the. Okay. So let's say we're talking about God's nature, God's form, and our form. Is legible, right? Okay, what is the difference? Our form as in the material form, our material body. So let me put it as material body. Instead of form, let's put it as body. Same as here. Say God's body and our body. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So what is the difference? Some things you already know. What is the difference between God's body and our body? Okay. God's body is eternal. Okay. And our body?
Temporary.
Yeah. So say subjected to death. Or let's not put subjected to death because our body is always dead. Matter is dead. So let's put it as a temporary. That's a better word.
Somebody is water dead.
Yeah. Okay. Then what else?
Spiritual.
Spiritual. Yes. That means our body is made up of Panch Mahabhut and the 8 material aspects of material energy, whereas God's body is made up of.
So in much more like any kind of operation through the body, and the body can undergo any kind of operation, but our cannot. Like we cannot perform certain functions.
Okay, so
with
I
our
will tell
body.
you one correct. See, I wrote wrong here. Transcendental. Transcendental. Yeah. So what Prabhu is saying is Krishna's senses are not limited. His body is unlimited.
Yeah, ours is
Advaitam achyutam anadam anantarupam. What is the other one? Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. That means in Brahma Samhita it is said Krishna can eat through his eyes. Anyone has the mystic power? Eat through eyes. Today we'll only show you plate of prasadam. We cannot. We need prasadam, plate. But Krishna, by looking, he accepts the bhoga. It is said his every sense can perform the functions of all the other senses. So therefore his senses are complete. Or in other words, they're unlimited. They're not limited to a particular function. Whereas we have different senses, and every sense is, first of all, is not complete. That means we don't have full function. We have some defective sense, some defect in the senses. At the same time, they are limited to particular function. Our eyes can only hear. Correct, no?
See.
Yeah, see. I'm just testing. Tongue can only see. So we have limited functionality. Whereas, and you will see this is the characteristic in the material world. Mango tree can give you mango. Apple tree can give you. Orange tree can give you. But in the spiritual world, it's complete. There is one kalpa vriksha. Kalpa vriksha means it's a wish fulfilling, a desire tree. It can give you MacBook. It can give you job. You don't need a job there. You have an eternal occupation of serving the Lord. It can give you anything you want. Whatever you want to serve Krishna with. You want to, fan the Lord. Immediately you would say, I want a peacock fan. Desire will give you peacock fan. You say, I want to make strawberry milkshake for the Lord. Immediately he'll give you ninja, blender with strawberries, fresh strawberries. And whatever it goes. And sugar, that is good for health. So in the spiritual world, all functions can be performed by any entity, complete. In the material world, everything is limited, isn't it? So very good point, Prabhu said. So I will put it as unlimited. Senses are unlimited. And complete. And here senses are limited and incomplete. Oh, okay. Okay, next. Very good. Yeah. Anything else? There is more. Yes.
God's body can expand into.
No, yeah, same. That is senses are limited. Yeah. Now I can put senses of form. So let me just, I'll remove the senses. You see the power of technology. Yeah, so, whereas here, okay. And come. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu.
Our body is the result of karma, whereas Lord can select his own.
Very good. I was looking for that. Yes, our body is a result of our own past actions. How many of you chose your face cut? Okay. You wanted to choose the way you want to look? No, isn't it? We never chose our face cut. We were given it. We didn't choose our IQ. We were awarded our IQ with a high or low, whatever, based on our past actions. But Krishna comes to this world by his own sweet will. He chooses to come, therefore he comes. If he doesn't want to come, he doesn't come. No one can say, Krishna, it's about time you came to this world. No. He can delay it, isn't it? Because he is completely free to do whatever he wants. And that is God. So very good. He is beyond karma, in simple words. And comes to this world by his own sweet will. Descends by sweet will. And here, our bodies are
Result of.
yes, result of, I'll put it as past actions to be specific.
It also says that like our body is stuck in the cycle of life and death. But Krishna that will also come after that.
Well, that is to do with the living entity, the soul. The soul, yes, the jivas are stuck in this material world, whereas Krishna is not. So over there, you can put it as, the transcendental. Transcendental means also that, and what keeps us bound to the three modes of material nature. So it is already covered here. Okay, anything else? Anything more? Yes.
We are actively working for being praised by our superiors, where else God is working by their generosity, I guess.
Okay, I understand. So yeah, that is true. Yeah, Krishna acts by his own sweet will, out of compassion, causeless mercy for the living entities. He doesn't have to. He's Atmaram. That means he's already satisfied. He's already happy. He doesn't need anything else. Whereas we need him. But still he comes down to help us. Correct. Yes. But at the same time, since we're discussing we're comparing the bodies, so therefore I have not put it, but it's a valid difference between God and living entities. So with respect to the body, Krishna's form and our form, any other difference?
You said completely intelligent for God's body,
Yeah, correct.
and whereas in
Ours is,
human,
yes,
yeah, there can be different types. Some of them can have some intelligence, whereas
correct. Yes, so that's covered in complete and incomplete. Yeah. Very good.
I think previously we had talked that like all of the atoms in our body, everything is like held together by Krishna, like the energy is held together by Krishna. But Krishna is Krishna himself.
Yeah,
But
correct.
that's also like a difference. Because like we are operated by Krishna's energy.
Hmm.
Whereas Krishna is just operated like because
Correct. So our bodies are same. See, past karma, the three modes, they're all interconnected. So you can put it in terms that our body is a product of material nature, and I mean that is same as saying this, earth, water, fire, air, ether. And you're specifically mentioning that Krishna is, facilitating the movement of our body. Otherwise, this body is just dead, it just drops dead, isn't it? It is because Paramatma is there inside, he is keeping it alive. So at the time of death, what happens is first Paramatma leaves, then the body only just falls down. So then Jiva also leaves. Paramatma leaves, Prana leaves, then Jiva leaves at the time of death. Very good. Fine.
And Krishna also have all opulences in full amount, but we only have in percentage of whatever it gives.
Correct. Yes, Krishna is Bhagavan, whereas our opulences are not really opulences. Not so much. We don't have anything actually. Correct. Now, but I want with respect to the form. Okay, I think anyway these are good. These are good enough. Just to revise. See, Krishna's form is eternal, whereas our bodies are not eternal. They die. They're subjected to change. God's body is completely spiritual. Chinmaya Sharira, Satchidananda form. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, it is said. Whereas our body is made up of Panch Mahabhut and Man Buddhi Ahankar. God's body is transcendental. Transcendental means it is beyond the cycle of birth and death, and it is not affected by material nature. Krishna doesn't become old. Do you know that? But you can say in Vrindavan, Krishna grew. That's not material nature. Krishna has all these forms eternally present in the spiritual world. Eternally in the spiritual world, Yashoda is feeding Krishna. Eternally in the spiritual world, Krishna is performing pastimes of his youth. Eternally in the spiritual world, he is also 16 years old. It's called the sweet 16. Everyone in this world wants to be 16. So Krishna has all these forms eternally present in the spiritual world. So Krishna just manifests those forms here. So it's not that his body is growing. Whereas for us, our body is changing. Our bodies are materially getting old, rotten, degraded, and of course, finally death, dwindling and death. So our body is affected by sattva, rajas, tamas, whereas Krishna is transcendental. And Krishna is unlimited. Unlimited because we are discussing how his senses can perform the actions of all the senses. It's complete. Whereas our senses cannot do whatever function it is assigned properly. See, my eyes need glasses. Cannot do properly, cannot work properly. And Krishna's senses are complete. Whatever he does, he can do it to the fullest extent. And Krishna's form is beyond karma, because as he descends by his own sweet will, whereas our form, our body is a product of past actions. So a good understanding. So when once, I think Jarasandha was attacking Mathura. He was continuously attacking. They had all their, after Kamsa was killed, they all wanted to take revenge, because as far as I remember, Jarasandha's daughter was Kamsa's wife. So when Kamsa was killed by Krishna, Jarasandha did not like it. So Jarasandha wanted to kill Krishna. And Jarasandha attacked, he was constantly attacking Mathura. And there were many forces attacking Mathura from different directions. So, of course, that is when Krishna decided that overnight they moved to Dwarka. Otherwise, he was settled in Mathura. So, Jarasandha attacked Krishna 17 times. How many times? 17 times. And Krishna defeated him badly. How many times? 17 times. But one can question, why did Krishna not just kill him once and for all? Because Krishna descended in this world for vinashaya cha dushkritam, to destroy, to get rid of all the negative forces in this world. So Jarasandha was helping Krishna in one way. Whenever he would spare Krishna and kill everyone else, he would go get other demoniac people, demoniac kings. He would come and again Krishna would kill all of them. So it became a very good match. So 17th time he destroyed his army. So the 18th time, our Jarasandha thought he can attack Krishna. See, this is the problem with demoniac people. Hope against hope. 17 times it did not work out, but still Jarasandha is thinking, probably I did not try it properly. So he felt 18th time I will attack and I will defeat Krishna. And this time he went with a bigger army. He faced Krishna Balram, and Krishna did something unimaginable. You know what Krishna did? Krishna took about turn and ran from there. So Jarasandha felt, oh yes, finally he understood my power. So Jarasandha told all his army, along with himself, he started attacking, chasing Krishna and Balram. But they were running from the battlefield. Therefore, it's called Ranchod. Yeah, because he ran away from the battle. And of course, when Krishna runs away from battlefield, he's glorified. When he steals butter, he's glorified as Makanchor. But you steal something from your friend, you will not be glorified, isn't it? You will be called thief, isn't it? But Krishna, whatever Krishna does is very beautiful, very wonderful. It's glorified for all time to come. So Krishna left the battlefield and he started running. Jarasandha becoming more proud, he becoming more illusioned, thinking he has some chance of defeating Krishna now. He was chasing Krishna as much as he can to defeat Krishna and put an end to all of this. And what did Krishna Balram do? There was a huge mountain, Mount Pravarshana. So they ran up the mountain. He started climbing the mountain. So Jarasandha came. He saw a huge mountain, entire army with cavalry, elephants. They can't climb the mountain. By the time Krishna Balram had reached the top, so what did Jarasandha do? He made his entire army encircle the mountain and they set fire to the mountain. Poor Jarasandha did not attend this class. He thought his body and Krishna's body is the same. Krishna says the soul, nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakha, nachainam kledyantyaapo, nashosheti marutaha. Even the soul, which is Chinmaya, same nature as God's body, nainam chindanti shastrani, the weapons cannot cut the soul. Fire cannot burn the soul. Water cannot wet the soul. Wind cannot dry the soul. Soul is aloof from material interaction. Similarly, Krishna's body, he did not attend, he did not study Bhagavad Gita, he didn't attend these classes. He thought fire will burn Krishna's body. So he set fire to the mountain, and as the mountain was set ablaze, Krishna and Balram looked at one another. They were thinking what to do. Krishna told Balram, I have another pastime to perform elsewhere. This fellow is wasting my time. So they just jumped from Mount Pravarshana, and as soon as they see, this is thousands of feet, thousands of miles height. How much? 80 miles. Miles or yojana? Yojana. So into how much? 8. 1 yojana 8 miles. So say about 640 miles high, the mountain. So they jumped from there, and where what happened when they jumped down, reached the floor? If anyone jumps from such a high mountain, leave such a high mountain. If you have been to Empire State Building, you just look down from that. If you jump from there, what will happen? You probably even the bones will be crushed, isn't it? With that force, and they are jumping from hundreds of miles high mountain. When they jumped from the mountain and reached the surface, as soon as they reached, they both started walking towards Dwarka as if nothing happened. This is spiritual form, not affected by matter. Of course, Jarasandha was fully, they had probably some booze party at night, drinking and celebrating. They thought Krishna Balram are killed, but they felt I have other things to do. So Krishna Balram just walked towards Dwarka as if nothing happened. See, so Krishna Balram's body is non-different. I mean, it is not. It is completely different from our body, but it is completely spiritual in nature. So for us, when we practice spiritual life, we are also uncovering our original nature, which is also spiritual. This body is going to die. This body, what the material surroundings, what we interact with, is a product of our body. The parents whom we consider as parents of this life, they gave us this body, isn't it? So they are connected to this body, not to the soul. And then using this body, we perform activities. So if you like to play cricket or whatever, your hobbies connected to this body, your friends connected to this body, your family connected to this body, but body is dead. At some point in time, you have to quit this body. Then what happens to your hobbies, your relatives, your family, your friends? As soon as you quit this body, you quit all of them. That is a cycle of birth and death. Next time when you get another body, you take another set, different parents, different friends, different relatives. This life I'm waving India flag, next life Pakistan flag. This life Russian flag, next time Ukraine flag. This time American flag, next time Chinese flag. Isn't it? See, as soon as the body changes, your entire material life changes. But we are not this body. Krishna says, just as his body is spiritual, Satchidananda, even our form, eternal form in the spiritual world is Satchidananda, completely spiritual. There is no birth, no old age, no disease, no death for the spiritual form. For material form, yes, it's just degrading. Material form is just degrading. It's nasty. You have to keep taking bath, otherwise people around you will suffocate. Isn't it? Constantly releasing dirty substances, this body. But spiritual form is not like that. Spiritual form is completely aloof to material conditions. And we also have that form. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we are purifying our heart, we are developing our relationship with Krishna, we are bringing out, we're uncovering the spiritual form, which fully blossoms only in the spiritual world, not here. We are all eternally connected to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna in different forms. Some as gopis, some as gopas, some as cows, some as blades of grass, some as trees. But don't think, oh tree, how boring. No, tree can do whatever it wants in the spiritual world. There's no limitation. That is spiritual world. Here limitation, everywhere limitation. In spiritual world, no limitation. But in serving Krishna, no limitation in serving Krishna. However you want, and with all facilities there. You can be a peacock, isn't it? So we don't know. As we practice spiritual life, this is what we are uncovering. Our eternal relationship with Krishna. But whatever form it might be, we are always servant of Krishna. We are always present to serve Shri Krishna in the spiritual world. So that is spiritual form. But now, impersonalist people, the impersonalists, they say Krishna doesn't have a form. If Krishna doesn't have a form, how can he have a planet? So they say there is nothing called a spiritual world. And therefore they say even we are not, we also don't, the soul also doesn't have a form. Ultimately everything is Brahma Jyoti. Goal of life is become one with that eternal light. If that is so, my question to impersonalists, if everything is one Brahma Jyoti, then what is the cause of emotions? Say for example, in this world, you have positive emotions like, say, happiness, or you become angry, or there is love. What is the cause of love if everything is impersonal? You able to understand? There is love, some glimpse of love in this world because love is there in the spiritual world to the fullest extent. There is glimpse of anger in this world because Narsimha's anger is the original anger. There is glimpse of happiness here because there's Anandambudhi Vardhanam. Anandambudhi means ocean of ever expanding ocean of happiness in the spiritual world, of which Krishna says in 15th chapter, this material world is but a reflection. That is the original tree, this is a reflected tree. So whatever you find here is glimpse, a spark of Krishna's splendor. But Krishna, if people say everything is impersonal, well, where did happiness come from? Where do these different qualities come from? What is the cause of patience? What is the cause of happiness? What is the cause of any emotion? You name it, where is it coming from? Anger, laughter, like humor. Where is all this coming from? Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate. I am the cause of everything. Everything is emanating from me. Because these qualities are present in Krishna, they are also present to a small extent in us also. but they are present in full in Krishna. In us, when we become angry, we cause this destruction. When Krishna becomes angry, he only creates, he only increases positivity. You can question how is that possible. Narsimha, when he became angry, he destroyed the demoniac race of Hiranyakashipu, but Hiranyakashipu became delivered. He went back to spiritual world. He became liberated. But you try to deliver someone when you are angry, you go to jail. Your anger doesn't benefit anyone, not including you. Whereas Narsimha's anger delivers anyone who comes in touch with Narsimha there. Isn't it? So therefore, Krishna is also the cause of all the things you see in this world. So now, can anyone say? If you say you are an impersonalist, what is the cause of emotions? Where do they come from? That means he has to have emotions. Or you can see in this world, you just analyze, look around. You will notice that if you have studied plant cell, animal cell, you have studied biology, science, there is so much of structure. It's not just random conglomeration of things within the cell. There's so much of fine structure. There's Golgi apparatus, am I correct? Mitochondria, and so on and so forth. Some other things. And there's, if you look at some cell, there's also some flagella and many things which are very in detail. The functioning within the cell of our system is so fine. That means very good design. Initial computer used to be a room size. Now they're very sleek. Now there's touch screen. Good design, isn't it? That means when you see good design, whom do you congratulate?
Designer.
The designer. The designer is congratulated. So when you look around this world at microscopic level or macroscopic level, there's very good design. Such a design that Earth is tilted at such an angle, we are not, extinct. Our species is not extinct due to too much cold, nor is it burnt due to too much heat. Even a point degree towards the sun, there's no possibility of life. Point degree away from the sun, tilt, there's no possibility of life. Don't you think it's too good to be true? Isn't it? How can you say it's by chance? This indicates that there is someone's brain, even if you don't want to call him God, but definitely it's not your brain. There's fueling of the sun. Sun is giving out energy, so fuel has to be supplied. How many of you are fueling the sun every day? Any contribution? No contribution. Sun is always giving out light. Isn't it? Very good design. Yeah. So you accept there's some head in the design that shows the head of God. Then you also see how sunlight nourishes nature and how moonlight gives flavors to nature. It is said the moonlight gives flavor to the vegetables and the fruits. Without moonlight, it is as if you're eating thermocol. No taste. So at the same time, nature provides for our needs. Food, sunlight, water, fresh air. In nature, you will see the plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. We take in oxygen, give out carbon dioxide. Mutual dependence. So that means Krishna is taking care of all the living entities, whether they accept him or not. Even atheists eat grains. They don't eat nuts and bolts. Everyone eats grains. Who is providing for it? Krishna is, through material nature. That shows the heart of God. So anyone who has head and heart must be a person. Yes? Can he be impersonal? If there is design, that means head. If there is care from nature, that means there is heart. If you have head and heart, you have to be a person. So therefore, the impersonalistic theory is defeated. And therefore, Krishna doesn't even go through all these arguments. He just says, Manyante mama buddhaya. They are not very smart. Isn't it? And all this you will study when you study Upanishad. These things are there. Prabhupada gives many of these arguments. And in Upanishad, the speaker is finally in 15th verse of the Upanishad, he finally says, Hiranmayena patrena. He says, this dazzling effulgence that's covering you, please remove that effulgence so that I can see your beautiful face. And not just our scripture, it is mentioned even in the Quran, it is mentioned. Lord sees. If you see, how do you see generally?
Two eyes.
Through eyes. That means he has eyes. It said Allah sees. Allah hears. Means you have ears. Otherwise, whom are you praying to? If you say God is light, why are you praying? If he is light. If he is a person and can do something about it, you pray. Otherwise, don't pray. That means he cannot hear you. Isn't it? If he can see, if he can hear, he must be a person. He must have a form. See? So, but in the Sanskrit, in the Sanskrit of these scriptures, you will find the word Nirakar is used. Nirguna is used. That means, Nirguna means what? No qualities. A person without qualities. Nirakar, a person without form. It's a for fact. Many of the Upanishads mention Nirakar, Nirgun, Brahman. But that means there is no material form. Yes, Krishna does not have a form, but Krishna has a form. Krishna does not have a material form, but he has a spiritual form. He doesn't have material qualities, but he has spiritual qualities. Isn't it? Negation of one doesn't mean the negation of everything. It means the negation of material qualities, material form. That Krishna doesn't have. But yes, he does have spiritual qualities and spiritual forms. And therefore, when Gajendra, when he was offering prayers to the Supreme Lord, before Lord Vishnu appeared on the scene, that time he said, my dear Lord, the one who has no form but has many forms. You will scratch your head. What do you mean? You have no form but many forms. That means you have no material form but many spiritual forms. Is that understandable? So, therefore, in this verse, Krishna is saying that those impersonalistic people, they have not understood that I have a form. So, I consider them to be less intelligent on account of their lack of understanding in my superior nature, which is imperishable and which is eternal. Manyante mama buddhayaha param bhava majananto what? Anuttamam. Mamavyayam anuttamam. So it's already 8 o'clock. I think let's see what's next one. Okay, we'll just go through quickly, we'll go through the purport. Many of this we have discussed about. See, the fact is that no one can understand Krishna without rendering devotional service and without developing Krishna consciousness. See, we have to understand there are 3 aspects to God. That means.
Are you also sharing on Zoom?
Yeah, I'm sharing all screens. Whatever. 3 aspects of God. What are the 3 aspects of God? Like once in a village, a person, the villagers wanted to know how does a train look like. So one set of villagers, as they heard the sound, they went to look the railway station to see what a train looks like. When they went, only the front light was shining. So they could only see from distance a lot of light coming. So they went back and said, train means light. So other group got interested. They also wanted to see the train. So they went and saw there was light and there was smoke.
Engine.
Yeah, engine. Only the first one. Then they said, yes, train means there is light, but it is coming from that bogie, which is the engine. That is a train. So the third group wanted to know what is a train. Because by that time, the train had come even closer. So when they went and saw, they saw the train has a headlight, there is an engine, but there are many bogies. But there is a person inside operating the train. So they came and gave the complete picture of what a train is. Similarly, people who observe God from far, they only see light. People who go closer to God, they see Krishna is Paramatma. He is everywhere. He is the one sanctioning everything. He is the one, Krishna says, Upadashta Anumantacha. He is a sanctioner and he is the witness of all the activities. He is sitting in our hearts and he is giving remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. But there is no reciprocation. They don't see the reciprocation. But as you go even closer to God, then you see Krishna has his beautiful pastimes. He has his beautiful form. He has his beautiful reciprocation with the devotees. He is called as Bhakta Vatsala. Bhakta Vatsala means, Vatsa means a calf. Just as a cow cares for the calf, similarly God cares for his devotees with that much affection, sneha. Therefore he is called as Bhakta Vatsala. But for that you have to go closer to God. Then you will understand. And therefore Prabhupada is saying, you see, the fact is no one can understand Krishna without rendering devotional service and without developing Krishna consciousness. From far if you see God, you find, in my life, my body has given me so much trouble. That means if God exists, he must not have a body like me. Otherwise, how will he be suffering like me? So they cannot understand. They feel, in this world I have undergone so many problems while dealing with the things of this world, activities and everything. That means if God exists, he must not have any activities. Just speculation. That's only one aspect because they are seeing God from distance. But more and more closer you get to God, more you understand who he is. He is also a person. He likes pitambar, yellow color. He wears yellow dhoti. And can you question why yellow dhoti? You have your likes and dislikes. Krishna has his. So I'll just complete that. What are three aspects of God? First, yes, he is impersonal. That means he does have Brahmajyoti is one aspect of him. Impersonal, but not just that. Second is Paramatma. Paramatma, the silent observer, witness, sanctioner. And third, he is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means he is complete. He completely reciprocates with his devotees. He is a complete form. You can offer food to Bhagavan. You cannot offer to Paramatma. Isn't it? It's complete reciprocation with the between devotee and Krishna. It is Bhagavan feature. So Bhagavan is the complete feature. Impersonal aspect is one aspect of God. So if someone says, Prabhu, God is impersonal, we say yes. But not just that. He's also more. He's not just impersonal, he's more. He's not just Paramatma, he's more. He is Bhagavan. When you say he's Bhagavan, it includes everything. Therefore in the Gita, whenever Krishna speaks, it says Shri Bhagavan Vacha, not Krishna Vacha. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Athapi te deva padambujadvaya prasadalesha anugrihita janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko pichiram vichinvan. Someone with the mic?
Sure. My Lord, if one is favored even by a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. One cannot understand the Supreme Personality of...
Oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, Supreme Person of Godhead. Understand the Supreme Person of Godhead, unable to know you.
No, one cannot understand the personality of.
No, it's there. But those who speculate to understand your personality, understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are unable to know you, even though they continue to study Vedas for many years. Yeah, I moved the screen, so you got connected from that Supreme Person of Godhead to this Supreme Personality. Yeah? Translation. You can read again. My Lord,
My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years.
That made it like this. Yeah. So therefore, we can only understand God when we get Krishna's mercy. You get Krishna's mercy by service. You render any service, then Krishna becomes merciful. You render service to his devotees. In America, it is said, "Love me, love my dog." Sometimes very difficult to connect to a person. Then you just glorify the dog. Wow, such a beautiful dog you have. What's her name? Immediately the person opens up. So you serve Krishna's devotees, immediately Krishna opens up. Otherwise you say, "My dear Krishna, please give me this, do that for me." He says, "Can you please remind me who are you again?" Then you say, "Millions of years ago I left the spiritual world and came." Yeah, try more, try harder. So Krishna, you cannot directly go to Krishna, you have to go through his devotees. You please the devotees, then Krishna opens up his heart for his devotees. Then yes, you get the mercy. And a little bit mercy you receive from Krishna, you can understand. But without mercy, if you just speculate, who is God? How does God look like? If you just speculate in the mind, you can at max understand that he exists. At max, you can understand impersonal aspect. You can never understand how God is personal. This Brahma is saying this verse, 10th canto. Yeah. Prabhupada says when one must understand him by devotional service, when one is fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, beginning by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then only can one understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So the non-devotee impersonalists, they think Krishna's form is like us, like ours. It's Maya, it's illusion, it's temporary. Whereas we understand his form is spiritual. Okay, so we have discussed these things. Yeah. Prabhupada is giving a lot of references. The Vedic literature confirms the Supreme Absolute Truth is knowledgeable and blissful and pleasure. Vijnanam Anandam Brahma in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And he is the reservoir of unlimited auspicious qualities. Ananta Kalyana Gunatmakosau in Vishnu Purana. He is called as Ananda Kalyana Gunatmako. Gunatmako Asau. So next time we will discuss 725. Or we can just read this because already discussed. It's the same about impersonalists. Finally, Krishna says, to the impersonalistic people, I don't reveal myself. To the non-devotees, I don't reveal myself. Krishna reserves the right to whom he wishes to reveal himself and to whom he doesn't want to. He has the right. So when the non-devotee atheistic people say, where is Krishna? Show me Krishna, then I will believe. Krishna says, no problem, you don't believe in me. He cannot be forced. If he is such a great person, if you want to see him, you have to become a little humble. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha mudhoyam na bijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha means I am not visible. I haven't revealed myself to all people. Sarvasya, Naham Prakash Sarva Yoga Maya Samavitha. To whom? Mudha, the foolish people who don't want to understand me. I don't reveal myself. Because there's an illusory curtain by which they cannot understand Krishna. Mudhoyam nabijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. Translation? Someone who has mind?
I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I'm covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I'm unborn and infallible.
And therefore they mistake about God. They say, one famous politician said, he was approached by a reporter and he said, do you know that you're Krishna? Because this politician was famous for her holding Gita and going everywhere. So he was questioned by the reporter, do you know that your Krishna dances with unmarried girls? And the politician said, if that is so, then I don't believe in him. Why? Because he cannot digest Krishna to be acting in that way. Is God bound by any laws? No. But we have one morality box. If God fits in my morality box, then he's God. So people can appreciate Ram as God. They cannot appreciate Krishna as God because Krishna is beyond one's intelligence. Even Lord Ram is. Like Brahma, when he saw Krishna sitting in the pastures of Vrindavan, surrounded by his Gopa friends, coward boyfriends, and then they're all sharing lunch, and one Gopa is eating something and saying, "Oh Krishna, what my mother sent me today is very nice, very tasty." Krishna said, "What about me? You're eating everything." So he did like this. So what was in the mouth of that Gopa went into Krishna's mouth. See, when you have to do offering for Krishna, you have to be having a lot of purity. First of all, you have to take bath, you have to do achman, and there's a lot of purificated process. In a pure way, the pure bhoga goes into the altar. A lot of purificated process there. But here Brahma knows all that purificated process. But when he saw that Krishna is doing like this and taking the juta of another boy, that made Brahma's 4 heads spinning. He could not understand Krishna with 4 heads. And how many do we have? 1. So it's not possible to understand Krishna. And therefore previously Brahma was praying, Atapite Deva. He says, Prasada Leshanu. That means a little amount of mercy is required. Only then Krishna reveals himself. Only then you can understand. So therefore Krishna says, for people who are foolish, who are materialistic, who are non-devotees, he doesn't reveal. And for them, they always feel, what is so special about spirituality? What is so special about chanting Hare Krishna? Let's go for disco. Let's go Times Square. Oh, Times Square is their God. Isn't it? But for us, Radha Govinda are our God. This is because the illusory curtain. Krishna is actually hiding behind his yoga maya. And he is covering himself. Okay. So we will pause. It's 8:15. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukham tattvam pushana pavranam satya dharmaya drishte. This is the verse I was saying. Upanishad. Hiranmayena patrena means the devotee is saying, my dear Lord, please remove the effulgence from your face. So I can see a beautiful face. Okay. So next time we'll continue from 726. Vedaham samatitani vartamani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedna Krishna. I know past, present and future, but me no one knows, Krishna says. That we'll do next time. Shugrantha Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. If you have any questions, we can take for 2 minutes.
To know, like in the modes of material nature, like how so we have some combinations of modes of material nature.
Correct.
Like we are mixed also. So in this, so are our karma decided by the modes of material nature, or the karma decides our modes of material nature, and how do we understand that?
Yeah. So in this world, material nature acts through the 3 Sattva, Rajas and Tamas.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I can. Okay. Just a minute. You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I will put as. I'll show you one photo. You will understand everything. Key modes of material nature.
So Prabhu, here we cannot see. We will share the screen.
Oh really? Oh, this is my nature. Okay. Yeah. Can you see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Not very clear, but can you see somewhat here? Krishna is at the top dancing.
Yes.
Under him there are 3 energies. They are energies of material nature. Material nature means Durga. So one is Sattva. Yellow is Sattva, red is Rajas, and black is Tamas. So you see, down one man is hitting the other man.
Yes.
And they are simply puppets under the 3 modes of material nature.
Yeah.
So by our karma, we are actually deciding our modes of nature. That means, say for example, I am I eat a lot, okay, at wrong times. That means it's a little tamasic. My lifestyle is not very good. Tamasic. So then what happens? Karana guna sangosa saddasa dyoni janmasu. The mode I associate with, that I increase. If I keep behaving in an ignorant manner, I increase my ignorance. If I keep behaving in a mode of goodness manner, I increase my goodness. So more I associate with that mode, more I get entangled by that mode. You understand?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So similarly, many our habits, our mindset, our body, these things are decided by our karma, what we get in this life. And now the current functioning of our current body, mindset, etc., is being handled by these three modes of material nature. You ever understand that?
Yes. Not only in this life, but also our previous life.
Yes, yes. So karma will determine how the modes will attack us or control us. And karma means what? Our own activities. Our own
Yes.
activities. By our own activities, we are deciding how we want to be entangled by sattva, rajas, tamas.
Okay, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
And also, Prabhuji, do we, if we are uncovering our spiritual body, how do we know we are progressing on our Krishna consciousness? And it can be like there are some devotees who have uncovered their spiritual body in this world itself, or how they.
So uncovering the spiritual form is a very highly elevated stage. It is, as of now, if we can chant Hare Krishna consistently daily, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So when we chant Hare Krishna, we try to cultivate the mood that I'm simply servant of Guru and Krishna, and whatever they want, I should be ready to serve them in that way. Yeah,
Okay,
and when we practice, when we keep practicing over many years, as our hearts become purified, we develop taste for service to Krishna, and we develop attachment. Then gradually form is revealed. Is that okay?
Okay, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.